Alright, hello and welcome back everyone here to Starladder Season 11. We're in the Americas right now. We've got Leviathan very much in need of a win. They are 1-4 right now, going up against Not Today, the Peruvian All-Stars. They're pretty hot right now. They're doing really well, although they've only played one game. They are 0-1 here in Starladder 11, the group stages. We're a little ways into the draft as we had to get out of that last game very, very quickly. But we're back, and I'm Helium. With me, Blaze. How you doing?
Well, hopefully my voice holds up for this one here, but I'm pretty excited for this Pudge, man. I mean, obviously it is a strat that Leviathan love to run. It's a little unorthodox, but on home servers, it is a treat to watch. They often offlane it in the hands of Jenkins here, and they can make some really cool plays happen with it. Very unique way of playing it, to the point that a lot of enemy teams that know of this strat but don't know exactly the best way to go about countering it, they just actually first ban the Pudge. A little bit of respect there. So we'll see how well they can perform with this combo here. Wraith King, Mirana, both heroes that can set things up well enough. I mean, you got tons of chain stun, tons of slowing effects. The Pudge should be able to pull people out of position pretty effectively, but even when you pull them out of position, it doesn't mean that you get an instant kill. Ogre and Elder are both very, very tanky heroes, and obviously the Void can maybe get a Chrono or a Time Walk if you don't get the Dismember in time.
Yep, so Leviathan, we see pretty much what they like to do. I would say we probably just see Shredder on the Wraith King as a core hero with Mirana and Skywrath. Nusham plays a fantastic Mirana. Jenkins with a fantastic Pudge. And honestly, Mirana and Pudge, they've got two of the best early game abilities in the game as long as you land them. And they are both skill shots, but Mirana and Pudge can be extremely deadly. And now, Not Today. Well, we saw a little bit of Faceless Void and Elder Titan today in Dream League, where the Astral Spirit does have the potential to bug out, and I believe that's with an interaction of the Chronosphere, so hopefully we won't have any of that delaying us, as we already are a little delayed here tonight. But Faceless Void, Ogre, Magi, so the Bloodlust is there, the stuns. Elder Titan is great, teamfight control, big items, hard to push into, as we saw last game. And now Silencer and Zeus. Silencer, core hero here. Maybe the Zeus is, though.
Yeah, maybe technically you could send it that way, but I think the Silencer could be a very powerful core hero. We'll have to see exactly how they want to run it. They could go off lane Zeus, mid Ogre and safe lane Void, or they could actually put the Silencer in that middle situation. No matter the case, you're going to get a lot of utility out of all of these heroes here. It's actually really cool to see these two drafts. It's just a treat of NA Dota here, because they're very unorthodox, but I could see them working extremely well. Obviously, the Void sets would be Elder Titan very nicely. The Silencer can either global with it, or if the Chronosphere is good enough, just wait until after it to really cement their advantage. The Zeus can provide vision, they can magically nuke, and just bring down heroes very, very quickly. So we've got that going for us, but of course the Pudge is the exciting wildcard here. How well will Jenkins perform tonight? I've seen him play some relatively survivable heroes a little bit too aggressively in the past. It seems to be a little bit of a calling card for him, but this Pudge is a very survivable hero against magical damage. He has the natural magic resistance once he skills up his passive, and he's obviously going to get a lot of meat on the bones there as he racks up the kills. So really excited to see what they're going to be able to pull out with this one.
Indeed, and we'll have to see what that last pick is going to be. If it's going to be maybe... Well, it seems like it has to be an offlaner. I suppose Mirana can do that, and you'll pick up another support for Leviathan. Also, you can maybe see them do something weird with like a duo offlane or even aggressive tri-lane. I have seen them put Pudge in that role a few times, although on the Dire, they do know how to use that Pudge to pull that big camp into the middle lane. The pull-throughs allows Pudge to get up to level 3, and then just start smoking around and try to find some kills on, honestly, some easy targets. Like, in the early game, Zeus and Silencer will be food to that Pudge, and maybe we'll catapult that Pudge up to level 6 and the much-needed level 7. But back to the Zeus and Faceless Void, I kind of like it, because if you have the Chronosphere and you throw the ultimate, it's like Chronosphere gets back its flying vision that was removed a few patches ago.
Well, I suppose so. A nice little bit of utility there, but mostly they just want to kill people off. But the Kunkka pick is actually a really nice way to deny that. Curious if it's going to be support or not, but no matter the case, the Kunkka's Realm buff that it's applied when you throw the Ghost Shift over somebody's head is actually a really great way to survive through the combos here. The Chronosphere or the Silence, both of them kind of creating these time periods where you really can't act against your opponents, but they have all the time in the world to act against you. But you kind of double your durability for that timing interval, you're going to be feeling a lot more comfortable, assuming you get the spells off in the first place.
All right. Well, we can see it is Shredder on the Wraith King, so we don't have a lot of surprise there for Leviathan. Sunken will be on the Skywrath Mage. Jenkins, Dota on the Pudge. Definitely no surprise. Really not a lot of signature heroes being played right now. Nusham on the Marana as well. And Shibi Dota with the Shadowblade cosmetic for that Kunkka. That thing looks so sick. He is that mid lane player, so that's probably where we will see him. He's going to be, obviously, they're securing this region so that it can't be blocked off. Pudge needs it. And, I mean, Not Today knows what they're doing. Leviathan obviously revealed these strats as they hit the main stage, gaining a lot of popularity here in the Americas region during the Summit qualifiers. So their strats are not unknown, and yet they still work, which is the sign of a pretty good strat. One of the few teams that can work on the Pudge.
But I have to call you out on the Shadowblade cosmetic, dude. The best Kunkka cosmetic is right here on his face. Ye old pipe, the common pipe, the best pipe. But he's going to be started off pretty strong here in the mid lane. Magic Stick versus Zeus, it's a no-brainer. And he's going to have some good potential to harass the Zeus, as he can't really get to anywhere near the creep wave. I mean, like, he has a very short range on his auto attack. The Arc Lightning is a little bit longer, but in either case, he's going to be within Tidebringer range. So Shibi will, although he'll be inevitably pushing out the lane, he will be able to clear out the waves under tower, which is the important thing. Again, with Pudge going for the pulls to the mid lane, there's going to be no creeps reinforcing him, and he's going to have to clear out the enemy creeps with his cleave effect. But for now, sustaining with Magic Stick and starting off pretty strong. Nice Observer Ward up top for Not Today. We see this very frequently and early for Niihawk, but it is going to allow him to get some extra experiences. They're going to have a harder time zoning him.
Yeah, and I'm just going to reveal all the secrets right now of Jenkins. I want to see how he does it. He must know Caster's Curse that I was watching him. I don't know if you need to pull the. I guess they're all ranged. That one doesn't quite have the attack to get there to bring over the creep in the mid lane, so he slightly misses it. But yeah, as you said, we see Mihawk, or wait, he changed his name. It's an Ehawk now? Since when?
I'll just call him Mihawk. It's just one of those slight modifications.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I guess if No Tail can change his name to Big Daddy No Tail, I think we'll allow a one-letter change here for Mihawk to Niihawk. But let's look at the offlane here for Nusham. He was trying to get a rune early on. He met a lot of harass from the Ogre, from the Silencer. The combo very annoying. And actually, I mean, at level 3, when you have 2 points in Last Word, that's a lot of damage. Not to mention the Ignite and the Curse of the Silent all taking you down even if you survive. It's going to be really, really tough for Nusham to get any experience out of this lane. You can see he's got 0.
Yeah, and whenever you drop the Last Word on a target like Marana, she doesn't really have many options to her. She's going to take that damage for sure, but that's also going to be saying that she cannot leap for a very long period of time. She has to back off the lane completely, so she's actually not going to even stay down bottom. She's going to be rotating up towards the top lane and maybe the jungle a little bit, farming up some creep camps with Pudge, who did get a successful pull off the mid lane. It was only a half pull, though, not getting the full set of lane creeps, so they have to kind of brute force this camp a little bit to take down the skeletons.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not a completely guaranteed strat, but I have seen Jenkins start off pretty rough and still pull out the show later on. We'll check in up top, though, where Shredder is. I don't like how sorting your list on the left by team still applies between games. But anyway, fix that. Shredder at the top, 14 and 7 on the last hits. Compare that to the Void. That's Ewo there on the other one roll. He is farming nicely as we see Misoko trying to go for some of the stacking and the pulling, leaving the zoning, I guess, a little bit more up to the Silencer.
Yeah, mostly here. He's got an Invisor and he's got level 2. He can just harass for days, and if any hero came down to this lane, it would be very frustrating. But now he's looking to stack up the Centaur Conquerors here, and he's going to be able to get some nice juicy experience there so he can progress towards level 6. In the meantime, the other Titan is taking a lot of damage up top here, and they are going to be able to kill him off. Just getting the Concussive and the Ancient Seal, following that up with the Wraithfire Blast. They get a nice little boon for themselves, and they're actually going to go for a lane pull so that it can actually deny the ET experience if he tries to TP back. He won't, he'll just boots it up, but he's having a bit of a rough time. It's still level 1, while the Pudge, with that second successful pull-off, will find level 2.5.
Yeah, so Niihawk pretty much having as difficult a time as the Mirana. Mirana with helping with the stacks, and I think did she get the bounty? No, it was Kunkka picking up the bounty room, but does get involved in some experience. So both offlaners struggling, but they do manage to hit level 2 at least. That will allow the Mirana Nusham here to continue to roam, looking to maybe fire an arrow in onto Smash, and if an arrow lands on this guy, he is absolutely dead, but he'll be going down to secure that bottom 4-minute rune. He's got a ton of allies nearby, 2 doing the pull-throughs right now, Masoku and Mystico. And obviously, the Void even not too far away. Iwo still farming nicely, and it's just going to be the bounty right there for Zeus. He's already got the boots. Probably just going to go quickly into the Arcane boots. What do you want to see this Zeus sort of build up to this game? As a first item after Arcanes?
I think the Veil of Discord would be really important. I'm not sure if he needs mobility first, considering you want to probably Blink Dodge Concussive Shot. So I would say Blink Dagger would be first, and then the Veil next, but either one of those would be really strong.
Yep, definitely inclined to agree. Could also maybe blink away from that hook or that arrow. There's going to be a lot looking for you. And speaking of the arrows, we'll see one held to Elder Titan up top lane. So Nusham will just rotate off. He goes from, I guess, what is a 3 or a 4 roll on the off lane. He just transitions over to that support. I don't know.
I would say, make no mistake, he's not an offlaner. He is a support Mirana that just happened to find a free opportunity to lane in the off lane for a minute or so. But at the end of the day, the jungle Pudge is the one that has seeded his opportunity in the off lane to do the pulls on the mid. And he's actually going to be taking some big hits from Masoku here. Shibi's still got his back, has the go shift. It could even give him the bottle here, but it's just going to be a deny via Rot. Now trying to turn it around, but the ghost ship does not connect on anything. Masoku really just showing him where it's at, showing him who's boss.
Yeah, I wonder if Pudge will even go to that offlane. He was able to get a Shrunken Blitz actually back to mid here. There's the stun onto Shibi. He's going to drop that defensive torrent. There's 3 here, though, for Not Today, and they will bring down that Kunkka, getting up 2 kills to Leviathan's 3. Actually, no, Not Today only with 1, because that was a suicide on the Pudge, so 1 kill to 3 right now.
Yeah, not doing too bad in that regard. Obviously, just racking up the kills on the Elder Titan for the most part. He's the one that's died all 3 times for Not Today, so Niihawk having a rough time of it, but the 1 kill on Kunkka does put them at least on the board a little bit, and we'll see if the Zeus gets enough tempo to really make that magical damage hurt the most. 1 multicast plus 1 lightning bolt, and that's the full HP bar of most heroes in this game.
Yeah, it hurts so much, and you saw how willing Ogre Magi was like, Zeus, do you want me to dive the tower? Do you want me to dive the tower? Because I'll dive the tower. I got 7 base armor. But here we go, arrow onto Misko, and that's the combination. If these spells land, there is nothing better in all of Dota. There's the arrow, there's the hook, and not to mention, we saw the Kunkka pick, and I don't think we talked about X marks the spot being another really easy setup for both the arrow and the hook, pending some good communication between the Leviathan members.
Oh yeah, I mean, you can go back to Dota 1 and watch some WoW Dota clips, and you'll see 1,000 combos of the Kunkka with the Mirana, Kunkka with the Pudge, Pudge with the Mirana.
Oh, he gets the Zeus!
Mix and match. He does get the Zeus, they do get the arrow, there's the ghost ship. This is WoW Dota at its finest.
It really is, man. And Nusham, he's got the rum. He'll even be able to retreat out of this. I don't think they're going to find anyone. Ewo TP's in, looking to get a big first use of that Chronosphere after picking up the Midas. He's had it for at least 100 seconds. I think exactly 100 as it just came off of cooldown, and he'll use it on a lane creep. Not worried as much.
Mirana. Let's see if he makes that call. She's definitely down to, like, she drops down to 1 HP because of the non-fatal damage over time of the ghost ship, but I think it's going to be on Zeus to make that call each and every time the enemy walks away from a fight taking a lot of damage. If they walk away at half HP, that means that once the buff expires, if they didn't TP home, they are at 1 HP, and Zeus has to take that into consideration, and using that ultimate would have been a freebie there.
Maybe time to carry a smoke at all times if you're Nusham. Surviving narrowly, that'd be really upsetting to Smash, to use a Thunder God's Wrath for what could be a free kill and then to not find it, but also potentially using 1 of your 3 smokes every 10 minutes just to save a support might not really be worth it. Who knows? Maybe it puts Smash on tilt.
We're going to be seeing that them blaze it up down bottom. They're going to be going for this play onto Ewo. He has both the Time Walk and the Chronosphere available, so we'll see if he can react fast enough. But they don't have. They have to get the silence is the big deal here. Sunken looking for it, just cruising right towards them, and I think they will get the silence off.
There it is, the Ancient Seal, and now the slow. They really want to find the arrow. The arrow will miss. Now they need to find the hook, but the Time Walk, and then not enough range on the hook. Pudge is level 4. If he was level 7, maybe it was going to be enough. So they use the smoke. They don't find the kill, but hey, it does send EO back to the base, and now I think there's some fighting up top. We'll have a Thunder God's Wrath go out. Kunkka will be brought down to 2 HP afterwards just because of the rum. It won't kill him.
Yeah, they go on a pretty hardcore there, but even the Thunder God's Wrath, not enough to finish him off as he has
Sky Wrath.
I
feel like there's no way he lives here, but maybe he will with the Silence. Silence is up Smash. Smash had one Arc Lightning
left. They got the Arcade Boots coming up, so that's going to be the Lightning Bolt to hit him. They need one more. There it is. But the Lightning Bolt doesn't connect, he walks away, but in the end, they do get a successful gank after failing on the Kunkka.
Oh, an arrow onto Smash. That's the one they want, but nice. Masoku taking one for the team. Realizes the hook is coming next. He will get in the way. Smash going to be continued to chase down here by Noosh, and we'll go back. Masoku not going to live out of that one. Now over here to Smash. Nihawk going to try to help out as well. Noosham going hard for this one. He does have 2 points in leap, and the arrow coming off cooldown again. He'll back out.
Middle tower is under attack.
So, I mean, this is a lot of low HP heroes just kind of meandering about here. The Tranquil Boots will bring Jenkins up to a nice healthy level, but Mirana has to go for a very long walk back home. And it looks like she's actually making her way down bottom, which implies to me she's going to be dying shortly thereafter. I mean, there's a Chronosphere up on Ewo.
Yeah, I think he just wants to shoot the arrow from a big distance, and maybe Pudge will TP because Pudge is... No, he's going top, actually. He took a long run back to base as well. Jenkins finds himself up in the top lane now along with Sunken. I mean, then there again is some combination. The concussive shot long distance to slow him down for Jenkins for the hook. It's not 100% guaranteed, but it does definitely adds some percentage to you landing your hook.
So, one factor to consider is, of course, there's the leap out of Chrono. Well, maybe later on we'll be seeing Blink Daggers to jump out of Chrono. I assume Shredder's going to be considering that, but we also know this Radiance build to be extremely potent.
Yeah, he does love it.
2,600 gold. I think, I mean, you're only 1,200 off the Relic. You might as well go ratty here, and that's obviously going to be working very well in the sense that you're a hero with a lot of durability and the fact you have 2 lives. And, you know, when you're Chronosphered or you're Globaled, you're not usually doing much, but the Radiance is still going to be doing its job no matter the case.
Yeah, I mean, that's the one limitation, right? Like, what makes Wraith King maybe not the best one roll? He doesn't really have an ability to flash farm. The crit helps. The Lifesteal Aura is good for sustain. You're not going to be going back to base. But the Radiance really, really lets you farm up those big items. There's the Chrono. There's the Thunder God's Wrath. Astral Spirit going to be put into that as well. And meanwhile, that's going to... Yeah, the smoke ran out, so they're going to be revealed there by the Thunder God's Wrath. That was Jenkins and Sunken looking for a pickoff for quite a long time. Masoku, though, what is he thinking TPing into that? The instant silence.
There got 4 people coming in. It's just not the right timing.
Yeah, it was just a little too early. Maybe he just wanted to go in for the feed to keep him interested. Shredder, though, could maybe drop. He does have Reincarnation, though. No, he loses the mana. He's got wand charges. Stick charges actually make that. Will he use them? He will. He needs to die right now. There's no more mana drain. He will go down. This is the first life, though. He's coming back. He's got the stun. He'll throw it onto Smash here. Jenkins, the meat wall, blocking the retreat, is a smelly meat wall as well. That Rot doing a lot of damage. They'll bring down 3. Leviathan with a 6-kill lead right now, 10-4 at 11.5 minutes. That goes 3-4 for nil. They do use that big reincarnate cooldown, though, at rank 1.
So they're going to be kind of pushed a little bit on the top lane, but I still think they get the tier 1 tower here, and that is going to be very frustrating for Not Today. They went for a full 5-man movement there, trying to make it happen, but the Ogre just gets singled out because he arrives a little early, maybe fashionably early, but at the same time, that means he is going to be killed off before the fight begins. So right now, it's a 10-4 kill advantage to Leviathan, and mind you, one of those was there's a Reincarnate on the board that isn't mentioned, but there's also a Suicide from the Pudge that is mentioned, so it kind of evens itself out here. Not Today, just with a kill-oriented lineup, a lot of magical damage nuke, have not found much as far as kills actually go.
Yeah, they really haven't. And we'll check out Silencer. He's level 5, so maybe the Global Silence comes out and can really turn something around. Ewo, though, Pudge is going to find him. There's the Dismember. Is the Mystic Flare there as well? It is, and it's going to be enough. They'll bring down Ewo. It's a big pickoff. He's sitting first in net worth for his team, but he's falling. He's almost 1,000 gold now behind that of the Wraith King. And we look at Wraith King's items. Ooh, something's coming out on the courier, but what is it? And then, no surprise, it's the Relic coming out for Shredder doing the standard Radiance build. For him, anyways.
Yeah. And at this point, I honestly will have to say that other than the supports, Leviathan are becoming a very tanky team. The Kunkka has a nice amount of farm, can go for like drums or something if he wants to, and we mentioned how good the Ghost Ship is as far as keeping teams alive. We've actually seen it twice over. There have been 2 or 3 instances where people drop down to 1 HP after the Ghost Ship expires. But another thing to mention is not only the Wraith King is getting tanky, but Pudge is getting kills. These kills, 2 kills, 6 assists, translate long-term to 2.5 strength per kill, and that just becomes of the utmost importance as he gets levels.
Yeah, mucho magic resistance. That's really what you need going up. I mean, look at the team of Not Today. Like Zeus, Ogre, Silencer. You need that magic resistance. Pudge will find it innately, and he might even build up a pipe to help out his team as well. You said the best item in the game is the pipe there on Kunkka, the cosmetic one that is, but that doesn't provide any insight, and we might see Pudge picking up the in-game pipe. And that'll really keep them alive against Not Today, as, yeah, we do see the Elder Titan having a rough time. I mean, Hero doesn't need to find much farm or sustain much net worth. Oh, hook in the mid lane. I will miss it, but we'll get there in time to see the Silencer drop. Boat coming in as well, just in case. The TPs were lining up there in the middle Tier 1 tower. 13-4, though.
Yeah. Misses the arrow, kind of. That guy hits on a creep in the middle of the lane, but a second hook. Oh, so close. Jenkins making the attempts happen, and that was relatively blind. Like, you see this observer where they had, he definitely still knew he was going there, but the timing was still very well in his mind, and he goes for the last right click. No, the ward! He's got to... Okay, he does finish it off right before the lightning bolt detection does expire, and yeah, he's getting some good farm, but the first blink on the table is actually going to be on the Dire side here. Not the Wraith King, but the Kunkka. And I gotta say, this is actually one of the more interesting items since the X marks the spot was buffed.
Yeah.
It used to just be 4 seconds, no matter the case, but now it is up to 8 seconds with allies, which means you can put it on yourself in a safe position, then blink in and go YOLO.
Yeah, definitely a strat being made possible by the X marks buffs. Also, obviously, it's not recent anymore, but Blink Dagger not costing any mana makes it really effective for Kunkka, as he's set up right now. Like, he just needs to blink, get the X mark, Marana and Pudge will do the rest.
Solo kill. Ewo barely getting out.
This is still going to land. Is that going to be... It never feels good to be brought down by a 60 damage concussive shot. But he'll find it. He'll find the kill. That's sunk in. And also finding the Radiance... Shredder, he's got it. Going to be farming up like crazy right now. Do you think he also goes for a Blink Dagger after that? Or will he go like Blade Mail or BKB and tank up?
Yeah, I'd say Blade Mail. BKB could be considered. I'd say Blade Mail Blink is how I would like to play it. But BKB... No, BKB's not that great here. Like, obviously you're going to be taking a lot of magical damage, but he's got 2 lives, and he's perfectly fine with tanking through it with that Blade Mail. He'll be returning a lot of that magical damage. So honestly, for the Wraith King, the BKB could be considered like a 4th item, but he doesn't need it that early on.
Well, and not even knowing it, Shredder farming the jungle will TP away from that smoke gank. I don't think they see it because we still see Nusham just farming in the lane. They'll try to get out that quick silence.
The reflexes on that guy.
Yeah,
jeez.
It doesn't work. The leap and then your silence afterwards. They couldn't find the stun first from Masoku's Ogre Magi. Well, I mean, they've been involved. They've been playing Ogre correctly, most definitely. Like, they pick up Ogre and they try to get him involved everywhere, finding these kills, but he just can't quite do it. He's been, what, 2 assists he's found himself with 2 deaths. Not really the best roaming score you're going to find on a support. They are down 10 kills, though. Oh my gosh, he finds it! That's blind right there. Onto Smash, brings him back for the kill. And that's just another kill. Going to put up that Flesh Heap stack. Shredder here in the middle lane. They'll bring him down. Not a great use of Reincarnate, but level 2, only 160 seconds. Still going to slow down Mist Cow. Hook going through. Will just narrowly miss out on those 2 supports. Shredder able to retreat away. The Ignite slowing him down. The buyback from the Zeus, though. The Chronosphere onto Pudge, onto Shredder. They will bring down Shredder very quickly. He's fairly glass cannon. Not really even cannon. He's just glass right now with that Radiance. Torrent on 2. Pudge will actually go down. It's going to be... who got the kill there? It's just everyone's name is so long. Faceless Void gets the kill.
Yeah, so I mean, that's nice, valuable income for him. He's going to be building up 900 gold off the back of that, and only the cost of 360 on the Zeus. So overall, a good turn of events for Not Today. Probably the first thing that we can say that's really gone their way this entire game. But as the Wraith King approaches level 16, he's going to be able to play just so aggressive. And honestly, like, I don't feel that Not Today are that confident in the mid to late game. Like, they are able to take it to 50 minutes really well, but in this like 30 to 40 minute mark that it looks like the game is going to be the most active. Not Today don't have enough. Like, the support silencer isn't going to be anywhere near an Axe or a Refresher. The Elder Titan is going for that Midas, so he's trying to get there, but it's going to take its time. And yeah, the Zeus has also fallen on hard times. He was the mid Zeus, and he is 2,000 gold behind his nemesis, the Kunkka.
Yeah, making himself 4th in net worth overall. I feel like right now, Not Today, maybe can start swaying these team fights, but it's protect the VIP, and the VIP is Zeus. Like, put Faceless Void in the front lines, do what you can. Nushim will get away briefly, but they'll find him in the tree line. Easy kill there and a smoke up for most of the team. But if they can protect Smash, if he can spam Arc Lightnings, Lightning Bolts, his ultimate, and just get a ton of static field damage coming out in that 1200 AoE radius, then just maybe they've got enough damage to bring some of the tankier ones down like Pudge. And, well, not quite yet, but Wraith King, I mean, it's not bad. 5 armor, 1400 HP. He's not the easiest to bring down. But can they do it? Obviously, all the arrows and all the hooks and all the King's men are looking for Smash.
Well, we'll see if they can find it. For now, it's going to be a tier 1 for tier 1. Mid goes down for Not Today. Top goes down for Leviathan. They will look for Nighthawk here, and with the X mark, yeah, they've got this kill. He doesn't even get the chance to use his freshly picked up Hand of Midas. That's going to kind of put a damper on the things. Chronosphere will come out to bring down the Mirana, but in the meantime, the Pudge finds an opportunity to pick off the Silencer. Action all over the map.
Yeah,
and
not
Reincarnate
the
about to
easiest
come back
here.
up.
They find Smash, though, and this is the danger. He will go down. Did that literally just come off of cooldown, and he's got it. He'll go on to Masoku next. And let's not forget, all this got started off by Leviathan using that Moonlight Shadow. There's no stun here. Will he get a crit? Doesn't even need it. Just the right click, and the Radiance Burn was enough. Now Ewo going to get slown down here. He does have Time Walk, but he doesn't have any mana. I don't know if Juke City really matters that much. He's looking for it. The Global Silence will go out. Now the Spirit going to throw that Stomp. Very defensive with that Stomp. They'll get away, but it's now 19-8. Not Today, find some pickoffs, but overall it will go 1 for 4 as Shredder narrowly escapes death there with his Reincarnate just coming off a cooldown.
And that timing was absolutely insane. Literally a fraction of a second. And he's able to get back up and actually bring down the Ogre. The Faceless Void just running for his life there, trying to juke, running in a serpentine pattern, just don't hook me, don't hook me. But it's the Global Silence that gets him out in the end. But I don't know if the Global Silence is going to cut it in the near future here. As long as that each hero gets maybe one spell off in a fight, they start off with a hook, they follow it up with a Torrent or a Ghost Ship, I really feel they can weather the duration that it is right now. It's only 4 seconds against more caster-heavy teams. That is an eternity. But for these guys, like, obviously the Wraith King's going to be able to withstand it. He did go for that Blink Dagger, by the way, and he's going to be able to stay in pursuit. And Kunkka's actually going to be looking to initiate with his own Blink Dagger, smoking down bottom, but they already broke it. They go and try to pick off the Faceless Void, and he manages to slip through their fingers once again. Yeah,
Arrow was pretty close. It did allow them to put down a very aggressive ward. They'll find themselves some food there coming on the end of a hook. It'll be Jenkins to get that one. Ewo wants to go in. There was the free vision coming out from the Zeus ultimate. Not a lot of damage, though, from it. No static field being applied. Hook will go out, will miss. Got to use it, though. And, well, they're going to back off now. Maybe get some more mana up there. He's a little short on the meat hook. They're going to smoke up once more, actually. Drift into the shadows. As who's that retreating? That's Shredder with his new Blink Dagger, blinking in, blinking out. Well, he was actually just blinking out there. And I guess they're just going to disengage. I mean, they found one pickoff. There was a big ultimate used. The Chronosphere still available, and maybe that's what has Leviathan playing a little scared.
Yep. So it looks like Kunkka's actually going to go for the attacker build here. He's got the Blink. Now the Perseverance gets finished up. He wants that Battle Fury. So he's going to go the Battle Fury. He's going to be able to consider, like, going for a late game build up with Divided Rapier and stuff like that. Like, this is legit what the attacker likes to build in most of his Kunkka games. And yeah, he's almost 7k MMR for a reason. It's a really strong build. So curious to see how it's implemented in the hands of Shibi here. He's obviously doing pretty well at 8,300 net worth. But still kind of concerned about this Faceless Void. He's building up his farm quickly with the Maelstrom, Mask of Manus, and Treads to farm quickly, and the Midas to enhance that when he's not farming.
Yeah, the attacker, almost 7k MMR because his friends don't queue him on Southeast Asia, perhaps. As Smash will find an X mark. Everything going to be landing here. Smash will go down. Wraith King, it looks like just the Radiance Burn is going to get the kill there. Arrow searching, trying to find one. The arrow might not find it, but the hook will. Niihawk brought back and brought down throughout a parting Earth Splitter. Won't land on anyone. Earn charges to keep Shredder up and farming. He's got the blink now, another 1,600 gold. We'll see what he turns that into, though. Should be now looking for more. X marks the spot. It's off cooldown, so he goes in with the blink dagger and a claymore up with that perseverance. Kunkka making the Battle Fury a reality.
Evo loses half his health to an arrow, but he can still go in on the Mirana if he feels confident here. She leaps away. He goes right back on the tower, and he's going to put some hits in before the tier 2 falls down bottom. Fortification actually from Not Today. They want to give Evo some space, some time, but that Mask of Madness arrow taking out half his HP is just a little bit too much for him to feel confident actually going in once more, so he'll take up the jungle instead, and this opens up Roche pretty heavily for Leviathan. Like, they don't have the best Roche lineup, but they have so much map control, it doesn't seem to matter.
Got them arrows. I mean, if Roche can't fight back, that always helps a little bit, I guess, but yeah. And Shredder with the crit with the lifesteal. Might not be fast, but they'll be able to sustain through it, most definitely. Will they do it, though? There's obviously the potential that Thunder God's Wrath will scout them out.
First.
Yeah, they definitely need to get some vision. We see the Radiant, Not Today, with a little bit of vision up there in the lane, and actually pretty much the mirror ward here for the Dire. As we see Shibby farming up. Radiant again with a nice high ground ward there. That's very defensive for Not Today. Very necessary. I mean, Leviathan has a crazy aggressive lineup, and they have been pretty crazy aggressive. They've got themselves to a 7,500 gold lead, a 10,000 experience lead right now, and as you said, Roche, probably that next objective.
Yep. So that's going to be on their mind here. Who would you actually give the Aegis to here? I guess the Kunkka?
Yeah, definitely not Wraith King. I'm not a fan of the 3 live Wraith King. Yeah, I would say
Kunkka. But if you get the Refresher Orb, then you get 4 lives.
Okay, okay. You got a Refresher Orb. I mean, you got to give it to him for the lulz at the very least. But I would say the Kunkka or the Pudge.
Okay.
I mean, if Pudge comes back and it's 1v4, at least he maybe has the potential to, like, suicide or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that... I don't think your strategy should generally be if you lose the Aegis
contingency
after
plan,
we lose everybody else. Like, I think he should really look to battle Aegis. Get very aggressive with the Kunkka. He takes the Aegis and uses his first life extremely actively, actually looking for, like, melee cleaves. Or he can actually Tidebringer plus Battle Fury. For those that are actually either newer players or just don't know the interaction, Battle Furies and Cleave in general stacks additively. The Tidebringer range is massive compared to the Battle Fury one, but even still, it is going to be, if they're both in the radius, a combination of significant percentages. So, I mean, that is 100% Cleave plus 35%. You can actually be doing more damage to the heroes that you don't hit than to the ones you do.
Hashtag Dire Tide. Or
Nice.
something. People remember back that far. Maybe everyone's blocked that out because we didn't get one this year, but we got some other things, like really OP heroes that are in every game. Anyways, arrows and hooks looking. They're aggressive ward here. It's kind of hard to put that down, but I don't know if that's like we want vision in your base or we want Zeus to maybe go for that and we'll hook or arrow somebody. Maybe a bit of both.
But as they wait, there's a lot of good split push coming up from Not Today. They're taking top and bottom right now. 3 people out on the battlefield while Leviathan look to 5-man, and their rotation is too slow. They lose the towers. They're gonna get away here with the global TPs. This was really good movement from Not Today. They don't lose hardly anything in the mid lane. Obviously the tier 2's gone, but they make up for it with everything they get elsewhere.
Yeah, Evo's actually been playing incredible. He's staying up in net worth with the Wraith King, who's been farming, who has a Radiance, who's on the winning team by quite a large amount of kills, and Evo's neck and neck. He manages to also have some of that great positioning, gets the bottom tier 1, continues to push towards the tier 2. They don't even choose to deal with him, because if anyone goes in, he probably just kills them if it's one person with the Chrono. He's up to the Maelstrom, the Mask of Madness, Hand of Midas, and a full BKB coming out. That'll probably drop the poor man's shield out of his inventory. And meanwhile, Wraith King, his competition, also looking towards that BKB. What's on the courier, though? BKB is there. Another smoke and some TPs here for Leviathan.
Yeah, he's been farming nicely now, and the BKB is actually really good at this point of the game, where you're actually worried a little bit about those multicast ogres. It's starting to hit pretty hard, and you can also benefit from actually BKBing out of the global silence. It's not been that big of a factor for him. He is a one-stun hero, but you know, there are situations where you're going to be missing that stun, like we saw on the top lane there. Putting BKB for a support silencer kill, maybe, maybe not, because that is your 10-second charge. But nevertheless, it's magic damage flying out, And although the blade mail is good against natural order in general, it's not going to be the physical damage that he's worried about.
All right, we got another Blink Dagger out on the field right now. That will make a total of 3 for Leviathan. Just the one there on Smash, so he does take your advice. And he goes for the Blink
Looks
Dagger.
like Force Staff next. Or maybe Yules. What do you think? Force or Yules?
I feel like the Yules is dangerous, because if you just like happen to use it, and Arrow and Hook haven't been used, then you're kind of just setting yourself up. So I would say maybe the Force Staff, but bottom lane, the Rum going to come in. Can Ewo still bring them down through it? He's taking a while on Jenkins. He'll focus him. Does he turn around for Shibby? No. He continues to run and actually go for the weaker target. That's Sunken, but Arrow to the face right now. They'll bring him down. Sunken finds the double kill with the Arcane Bolt coming in. And now up top, who's that? That's Shredder being pushed off that top lane, or rather pushing in the top lane and just backing out to farm some more jungles. So really knowing his farming rotation and just being a nuisance.
Yeah, that Rum is so damn good in the situations like that. Only getting the kill on the Pudge really sucks for the Faceless Void. He's going to be down for a decent count of time, as he's actually been racking up the levels up to 16 now. He will have his Mjolnir in a very short time span, only 900 gold for that. But up top lane, Shredder's just going to go right in. Masoku is going to be not able to kill him off. The BKB comes out. The crit, however, is canceled off there. And he will die to the Radiance instead.
He could blink, but Shredder's going to keep going for more. He's got the ultimate. He's trying to bring down Miskow, and he will right now. Shredder going to keep trying to run away. Will be slept. Will actually die, but didn't use the blink. You know he has 2 lives. They're only 60 seconds, so we can easily just blink away. Meanwhile, Jenkins...
If he finds him in the tree line, get the arrow vision, and then just blink right on top of him.
Or, you know, just land the arrow. Why not? Find Smash in the back. Easy kill there. Earth Splitter coming in the hook. Just narrowly missing Ewo. This is the BKB. Chrono, though, 25 seconds off cooldown. Now the Dismember coming in through that spell immunity. Do they have what it takes to bring him down? I don't know, but Shibby's killing other people. Friendly hook out. Doesn't want him to get the kill. Fairly mini-stun there. They're going to try to go in. The Global Silence will stop, I guess, the Rotting from coming out. Now the Moonlight Shadow going to be thrown to disengage. No, that was just the Invis-Rune that he had picked up. Moonlight Shadow still available here as they continue to push the Tier 2. Masoku and Miskow thinking about going back in. They want some revenge after being brought down, but I don't think they're going to be able to find it. It's 28-9 right now. The Tier 2 tower will fall, and 14,000 gold lead, potentially 20,000 experience lead. Game is looking pretty hard for Not Today.
Yeah, they just can't find a good fight. They're all kind of spreading the map individually and doing their own thing because that's their only real choice right now. But end of the day, they have to start looking to get Bloodlust on the Void, get a good Chrono, and follow it up with an Earth Splitter. If they can get that, they still have a chance at this. But right now, it's pickoff after pickoff. First the hook, now the arrow, neither one connecting, and the Chrono is actually silenced out.
And, well, that's what happens when your Skywrath has a game like this. Skywrath's 10-1-7. He's level 13, and he just... Sure, there were some heroes zoning and forcing Ewo to run away, but Sunken all of the damages. Just brings down the Faceless Void by himself. That's a 14.3k net worth hero just killed by a support, showing why Skywrath is the business. And I think that opens up the Roche right now. Did they get down the wards they really needed? Not really, but...
Yeah, they have time. 36 seconds. They can kill off half the jungle and still make it to Roche in time to bring her down. But it is not going to be a factor for several minutes here. And, yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's not even up. There you go.
Yeah.
My brain is functioning.
And then I'm like, wait a second. I saw an A just a moment ago.
Yeah, the 5-minute thing popped up a couple minutes ago, so maybe 2 or 3.
Yeah, oh well. Trying to back you up, man. Just doing
anyways, moving on. This is not the Roshan you're looking for.
It is not indeed. We got Faceless Void still looking for that Hyperstone. 500 gold off here, but the Midas will put him very close. Mjolnir is going to put him on the map in terms of damage, but it still feels to me that they need more follow-through. Again, Bloodlust on the Void, Earth Splitter on the Chronosphere. Make it happen, boys. This is your comeback opportunity. If it's any game that you need something big to come back from, it's this one. Because right now, it's not just the fact that they have like 16,000 gold and 22,000 experience in their advantage. It's the fact that this Pudge has 14 Flesh Heap stacks, and your Silencer only has 6 Glaze of Wisdom stacks.
Yeah, what does that even go out to? A lot. 10% for each... Wait, 10% additional resistance to...
Flesh Heap is as the static magic resistance is 12% no matter what. Okay. But then you get 2.5 strength for each stack once you have it maxed out. Right now it's giving him like 28, and then it's going to give him 35.
Let's see, I wanted to know if he was going to go... Wow, another one?
Yoda!
This is when I wish we had the arrow accuracy command back from the Warcraft 3 days. Let's go ahead and find
Board
out.
had the electric song. Come on.
Yeah, that as well. I could maybe do that. I wasn't set up. I didn't know that we were going to be treated to some WoW Dota right now. I could have set it up beforehand, but oh well, guys.
Top tower is under attack.
Now trying to push the tower, breaking the high ground. I mean, it's pretty difficult. It's not as hard for Leviathan as maybe it was for the Seeking Nyx Assassins last game, but here we go, jumping off of the high ground, maybe a little unexpected. Will bring down Sunken. That was a monster kill streak. He's looking for Shibby. There's the Earth Splitter we talked a lot about. That'll bring down Jenkins, and that's 3 heroes dead. Shredder, he BKB'd up. He went in for this, and he will die at least. Oh no, he'll blink away. Just kidding. He's got the blink. I was going to say he's going to die at least once with a reincarnate. Thought he might be able to blink out of that. They're still chasing him, and they will get him. That's an Astral Spirit doing quite a bit of damage.
That's not good.
And trying to find the Stomp. That will put him to sleep. Now they're going to silence him up as well. And Silencer looking to get some more of those Glaives of Wisdom stacks. Although I'm not sure we can call them anymore. Now it's just Stolen Intelligence. It doesn't come from that ability.
It used to come from an aura, then it came from the Glaives, and now it's just hi, I'm Sam.
there.
How you doing?
Well, that's not too great, to put it lightly, for Leviathan. That's almost 13,000 experience back in the hands of Not Today. In terms of gold, it was almost an 8K difference there, so we'll bring up the graphs and see them go rather quickly back towards equilibrium, towards Not Today. They won't quite get there because there's almost a 25,000 experience lead, so they've cut that in half. And who does that really benefit the most? I guess Silencer is level 11, and he survives through a lot of that. So also now 12 stacks of Stolen Intelligence.
It's interesting item build on the Silencer. Tranquils and Medallion will give him a large amount of armor for himself, 15 armor. But who is he really setting up the kills against if he goes for the Medallion against somebody? You have Natural Order and Medallion on somebody, you put them into the negative range, and that can be very substantial.
More Roche potential.
The only right-clicker is Faceless Void, and he's still only hitting for about 170 per swing. You compare that to the Wraith King, who can crit with well over 200. It's just... I don't know. I really think the Void has to be hitting hard, hitting fast, and I guess the Medallion is a way to help that, but with all the things like the AC coming into play, which is going to give a +5 armor to the team, the fact that I think usually you'll see a Vlad's on the Pudge at this stage, it could be a limiting impact item.
Oh, looking for the hook right now. The negative earn charge goes out onto Misko. He's trying to juke. He's trying to go Serpentine, and he will juke. I thought maybe you just wait for the Blink Dagger, blink for the Dismember, but won't go for it. Misko able to get out of that one. He just bought up a lot of wards, put a few down. That's the that's Leviathan actually putting down some wards there on the Ancients, a little more aggressively here towards the middle lane. And let's just check out Not Today's vision. Completely blind. They really need to get those wards out that Silencer did just buy.
Yep, and Smash going down to the mid lane there, farming with like 25% HP and no mana. You have to be realizing you're at risk against Blink initiations, and that's what comes his way. Now Shredder going to go in man mode against the Roche, saying, yeah, your life is mine. We'll see who his Aegis goes to, but for now the arrow going through. Wait, I guess that was scouting. I thought it's just took for granted the fact that I'd be arrowing Roche. That's generally what you do, but here we go. Just a Vampiric Aura, bringing him down with the raw right clicks and the AC.
All right, Roshan. Not much competition. The AC's there. We had a new item pickup here for the Kunkka. That's going to be the Daedalus. They'll actually give him the Aegis once again. Shredder, obviously, with the 2 lives to work with. On 60 seconds, there's definitely real potential for him to just get 2 reincarnates, even in one fight, if he just wants to go in first. There's the ultimate. That's the Thunder God's Wrath, just to get some of that intel of where they are. And who's that protecting? It's Ewo. Actually, Ewo's going to go in aggressive straight onto Shibby. Can he bring him down? There's an Aegis. Is this really the right call? They won't even find the kill. Wow. They'll bring down the Void. He does have buyback. Now Masoku in some trouble. That's the Ogre down for 50. And now Leviathan probably feeling pretty good about this. Might just work into that bottom tier 3. Keep in mind, though, the buyback is available on that Void.
Kunkka just hit Void for 747 damage. The physical mitigation he has is 44%, but then he had the Mask of Madness on, enhancing that by 30. So yeah, 750 damage crit against your Void, who only has 1 HP item. Yeah, this is getting into dangerous territory in the sense that that can actually be applied to the entire freaking team.
Yeah, and whether or not Void buys back, that Chrono's going to be on cooldown for at least 40 seconds here. Smash, thrown back, the X mark, the Force Staff away, but still knocked up in the air by what looked like a torrent. I don't even know what's going on over there, but they will clean him up. Silencer also going to fall for that. So 4 heroes down right now. Elder Titan, he's a hard hero to push into high ground, but not when he's the only hero alive. Void not wanting to buy back, and they're really going aggressive, diving all the way almost to the fountain right now to try to kill him, or at least just slow them. Tier 3 tower will go down. Nusham very low on HP right now. Dodges the Spirit just in time. Shredder trying to get the most out of this. Will even BKB up to try to chase into the tier 4s, but the melee racks, that's what they came for, and it will be brought down. Void is up. Chrono in 5 seconds. Leviathan must know this, probably keeping ability timers. And they'll back off just in time. So really well done, getting as much as they could out of that safely.
I'm just waiting for the Silencer to get one shot by the Kunga Cleave. That's the one thing that can just put a cherry on top in this game. Like, we're seeing awesome play from Leviathan, seeing great hooks, the arrows, a lot of fun stuff. But if this game is to complete everything that I want it to be, it has to be a big, not necessarily a Kunkka Rampage. That's a little much to ask for.
That is a lot to ask for, yes.
One shot, 1 or 2 people with your Tidebringer, and I have to say Silencer is the perfect target. His armor doesn't mean shit against cleave effects, and he doesn't have that much HP. But right now, he's at least tanking up well enough against the Wraith King, and I guess the Tranquil Medallion did save him there, though not for much longer, as the Blinks will pursue, or just a Radiance, just walk him down.
Oh, it gets that night vision, man. Nighttime, most annoying time in Dota. I guess depending on who you are, maybe not if you're Night Stalker, but yeah. Wraith King will bring him down, no problem. His life extended a little bit, mainly because of the recent Yule Scepter pickup here on the Zeus. He used it on Shredder, and they tried to run away, but...
Smash was stuck in the trees there, but they just completely walk right by him, so... He'll be looking to TP back home, and Masoku's out here as well. Masoku doesn't have a TP. Masoku is caught outside the base. How do you even get home here? This is homeward bound.
I don't know, man. It's going to be a journey. He's going to have to go all the way around, and that's what we see him doing. Middle lane, though. There's the Chrono. The hook out, though. No. Nicely done, but it will still be sunken to fall. They're going to look for Shibi right now. Eo does still have time to that BKB, trying to bring him down. He needs a turn for the crit. There's 2 lives here, though. It might just be better for Shibi to go ahead and die. That damage will be backtracked. Where is anybody else? There's the hook onto Ewo. Dismember still going to go, even though the arrow took him, or the X mark took him back. Arrow coming in. I'm not even sure the result of the arrow, but everyone taking a quick nap. And now they'll wake up and look to push back in to the high ground. Void down. Even if he buys back, there is no Chrono for about a minute. Now in the bottom lane we go. Niihawk trying to do what he can. Shredder will bring down that Silencer. The hook back onto the Elder Titan. He will fall very, very quickly. The range rack's going to be scooped up. Still in middle. It's Iwo. He did buy back. Masoku here. Shibi, the Moonlight Shadow, X-Mark, Torrent onto Masoku. Will just narrowly land. Pudge looking for the hook. That's Jenkins searching. Doesn't find anything but the Tier 3 tower. Leviathan still finding the damage to output onto that. Now they look for Masoku once more, going in aggressive. Here comes the boat. If they don't get the kill, at least it gives them the room to escape. Is that Kunkka blinking in so aggressively? Now look at Pudge. We'll go in and find it. The double ultimate coming out? No, maybe just looked like double. Maybe a quick lightning bolt follow-up there, but that's Lust showing his hand. They will actually find the kill on Wraith King, and just able to blink away with Shibi. He's got about 3 HP as he runs away from this one. Blink Dagger coming off in 4 seconds. Finds the bounty rune, and it looks like he will be okay. Oh my gosh, now Sunken going in on your core. This could be the dieback. The crit comes in from Shibi. The Torrent as well, and he will. That's pretty man mode right there from the Kunkka. Does that appease you? I mean, it wasn't a one-shot, but...
Dude, I don't even think it was a crit. It was like 300 damage. It took a huge chunk of his HP,
Still
but that's just
manly.
Mask of Madness. Like, oh, I actually didn't have Mask of Madness there because you're inside of Mystic Flare. Probably a bad time to activate. But, yeah, it was manly play. You got to man up when you're playing some Dotes, but I don't know. I mean, for right now, they've taken a bottom lane of racks. They've taken a Tier 3. They've shown some intimidating factors, but end of the day, the game is not theirs just yet. Elder Titan's still a great hero on the defense, and look at this AC. Like, the Hand of Midas, it took a while to get useful, but now it finally has been. 4 staff plus AC up on ET, and you can combine that with the Natural Order. I mean, the Wraith King is going to be having plenty of armor because he has his own AC, but you could actually look at heroes like the Marana, Kunkka, Pudge, Skywrath, everybody but him, and they're going to have some hard times here.
Yeah, Nusham, he's had this Ultimate Orb for a while. What do you think he's going for? Do you think he's maybe just going to get... I feel like Lincoln's doesn't do much for you this game. Does he just go Sheepstick? Does he just get a Manta for himself, or...?
All of the above would be fine. I mean, there's
Ultimate
no
Orbs are just all the rage these days.
Yeah,
Fashion
there's no
accessory.
bad way to go here. Hex is awesome. It's
There
amazing in the late game, and yeah, I mean, that's there's not really much to say about it. It's an item that he can use during Global Silence, which is pretty sweet. Manta Style would break you out of the Global, which would be nice too, but yeah, he goes for this item, and it is going to be the utility for him. His Hand of Midas also paying off.
All right, here comes the push from Leviathan into the mid lane. That new Sheepstick up. The Scythe of Vice there on Nusham. What's the BKB timer right now for the Faceless Void? I mean, that's not even really guaranteed because there's a lot of abilities. The Hook, the Dismember, everything going through that spell immunity. Maybe just the potential to sheep him before he goes in. But this is a big item. This can maybe do it for them. If they got double the Chronos right now, Faceless Void is hitting pretty hard. And it's also the double Battle Fury for you on Shibby. So anyone close enough to him will get one cleaved. Silencer, I guess, the easiest target. Then probably the Ogre. Nah, not even that. He's at 2k. That's going to be a big old crit to bring him down.
So, I'm really not sure how I feel about the item progression as a whole from Not Today. They have a magical damage team. Would you agree with that?
For Not Today? I would say so, yeah. Besides
but they've gone
the
for
Void.
Ace. Oh, Nighthawk! Arrow into Tidebringer crit, and he goes down without them actually walking into the base. Shredder now running through with the BKB, but Ewo pops off the Chronosphere only to be met with the Hex. Can't even get the second Chrono off as he's been hit by the big boat, and now there is going to be that Dismember. He's still going to run around. Ewo pops Chrono number 2, but dies to the Skywrath Mage. Shibby, Jenkins still alive. Smash will finish him off, but be X'd back before he can blink out. He's going down with the ship. GG comes out, and what a game from Leviathan.
Didn't even have enough damage. I thought for sure Jenkins was going to die to that Chrono. Even if he did, though, I don't know how much it matters, because he doesn't even really do anything afterwards. He survives, though, the second Chrono. I like the play from Ewo. He picked up the Refresher. They don't know about it. He jumps in, tries to get the double Chronos, but it's just not enough. Really, that arrow bringing the pick off of the Elder Titan to start things off was fantastic. And Leviathan being nice, and good luck in Summit, by the way, as Not Today was that team to qualify. So Leviathan victory here. It's been fun, and actually we'll have one more game of fun. It's going to be Root versus Pain Gaming coming up next here. Before we go, make sure to buy that compendium, that ticket, get that Luna set here for Starladder Season 11. We're here casting on behalf of Beyond the Summit. I'm Helium. You can follow me on Twitter at HeliumBrella. Let me know what you thought so I can improve. Same goes here for Blaze. You can follow him at Blaze Casting. Anything else to say before we depart?
Yeah, just kind of that closing thought there about kind of their damage focus and what they were really bringing here. They farmed up this ET so much with this Hand of Midas just to get an AC on top of Silencer's Medallion. Like, that's not actually going to give them kill opportunities when they have, you know, the Ogre throwing out 2 to 4 Fire Blasts every handful of seconds, when you have the Mjolnir proccing all over the place, when you have Zeus doing the damage at level 18. I really don't feel like those items were all that valuable when you could have just gotten a really early Veil of Discord on the Elder Titan. Like, Zeus was looking for it as his, like, 4th item. If they had just gotten it on the ET outright, then I think they could have found a lot more kills and maybe edged their way back to this game. The bottom line is they just didn't get nearly enough kills. In fact, they only totaled up to like 16 here in this 44-minute game. So maybe itemize more focus around what your draft is strong at, and then you'll be able to get that rubber band goal from 6.82. In the end, the Leviathan pull out a very nice win, some flashy plays, some WoDota highlights, and that's going to be it for this game. Very enjoyable.
Indeed. All right, stick around, guys. One more game coming up here. Enjoy the Wubs. We'll be back in just a moment.